right, the question really comes from like, how toxic does a workplace have to become before you're finally like, I got to get out of here?
All right, so the email reads, Hey, Bert Show, I find myself in a situation I never thought I would be in. I have worked for my employer for almost 14 years. First as her nanny while in college, and then after graduation was offered a job in her business. Up until now, I've loved my job, and my boss and coworkers feel very much like family. I have 2 children, always took pride in my accomplishments, and showing my children that a mom can both work hard outside the home and be there for them inside the home, much like Cassie and Kristen. I have moved up in the company over the years, won awards, earned a prestigious designation in my field. As you may know, child care costs are astronomical, and my monthly bill is more than one of my biweekly paychecks. I've never had a problem with this because I've loved going to work and enjoyed my coworkers and my environment, and my husband's job pays well. About 6 months ago, around the time I was preparing to come back from my maternity leave with my second, I could feel the culture shifting. Now my boss is hardly present, micromanaging all of the employees and talking about us to each other behind our backs. I have been struggling with severe postpartum depression and anxiety this time around, and I'm in the care of a doctor. I understand that I shouldn't bring every problem into the office, and I've been doing my best to not let things show, complete my daily tasks, show up to meetings, and participate and speak professionally with clients. But even knowing what I am going through, I have been told that I need to toughen up and to not be a downer, but by my boss, and to leave my problems at the door. My husband has offered to pick up extra work so I can quit and stay home with our kids, since the newly toxic work environment is exacerbating my current mental health struggles. I have never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but lately I feel that I am missing my children and their childhoods, and the thought of staying home with them sounds great. Trust me, I know it's not a walk in the park and that it is a full-time job in and of itself. And while I acknowledge things have gotten toxic at work, the years I have put in and the history I have is making it really difficult to consider leaving, even if it would be better for my own mental health and my family. My struggle and question for you: how do I reconcile my feelings that I am throwing away a career and that I'm losing what I considered a family? Any advice on how to resign in a respectful manner to a person who I felt so close to for many years? I don't want to burn a bridge, as our industry likes to talk, and if I get back into the field once my children are older, I don't want to feel blackballed. I appreciate any thoughts or advice you have for me. Sincerely, Mental Health Mama.
I wish I knew how the real world worked better. Our environment is very different than the real world, because if one of you guys came to me and said, like, this was really jacking with me, and I'm like, I'm shifting, I'm pivoting in a different direction, that's your life, man. I mean, this is important for me. It's important for us, but your life and your family, if that's where you want to be, then you go.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt here that you need to put in your 2 weeks, and you need to go home, and you need to be with your family and put your focus there. If your job is not serving you, then don't serve your job.
They don't want you there either, probably. Like, if your heart's not into it, you're probably doing your boss and the company a favor by taking off.
Yeah, times have changed, and there's nothing wrong with putting mental health first if that's what you feel like you need to do. People have evolved into realizing the importance of it, so I don't think you should feel anything is wrong with it or shamed by it. Put in your 2 weeks, give them a notice. That's the most you can do. And then if they can't understand that, then it's not really more you can do beyond that. You got to do what you got to do for yourself and your family.
Yeah, I think, Kristen, you've said it best. There are jobs that pay the bills, and there are jobs that pay the soul. And it sounds like this job has been sucking the soul out of you. So I would say these years with your kids are way too precious for you to be miserable for a job just for a paycheck. I would balance, but I mean, you can do it respectfully with a 2 weeks notice and let them have the buffer to be able to find somebody else. But yeah, I think you got to get out of this job.
The Bert Show.